In 3 John chapter 2, it says, "I pray that you may enjoy good health and that all may go well with you, even as your soul is getting along well." So that means that there's a connection between physical health and the health of your soul. Or to put it another way, if you want to be physically healthy, you need to have a healthy soul. So what is your soul? Well, most of us describe your soul as your mind, will, and emotions. These are the building blocks of your personality. So then if you want to be physically healthy, then according to this verse, you need to have a healthy personality. Well, what shapes your personality? Your personality is shaped by two things. By the events of the past, all the things that have ever happened to you, particularly in childhood, but more important than the events, the conclusions that you made about those events. So if you had a lot of wonderful things happen to you and then you made a lot of very positive conclusions about yourself, then you would have a healthy personality. But if you had a lot of painful life experiences and a lot of hurtful wounds happen to you, then you would believe a lot of lies about yourself, and then that would create an unhealthy personality. And the wounds or memories and the lies that you believe about yourself are stored in what we call your emotional baggage. And when you have a very painful past, that baggage can weigh you down and make your life a continuous struggle. And of course, it's very hard to walk in victory when you're burdened by so much baggage. And according to this verse, the more baggage you have weighing you down, it can affect you physically. So how then can you get rid of the baggage so you could have a healthy personality, which would lead to a healthy physical body? Well, first you have to decide, do I have any baggage? Now, here's a very simple, easy screening test that you can use to tell if you have baggage. Do you ever overreact to a situation? Now, most of us have. But when you overreact, what it means is that what happens in front of you may be insignificant to someone else, but it is triggering a painful memory and a lie that you believed from long ago that was very painful, and that pain rises up and you feel very much in pain, very upset, even though what happened in front of you isn't particularly upsetting. So that overreaction means that your baggage is present and being triggered. So how do you unload your baggage so you can have a healthy personality and better physical health? Well, you need to ask God when you overreact, where is that coming from? Why am I overreacting? Where did that start? What are the lies that I'm believing about myself as a result of what happened back then? And then ask Jesus, what's the truth that he wants you to believe about what happened and about yourself now? And then who do you need to forgive? Because to unload baggage, you have to be able to forgive the people who hurt you when the wounds were formed. And this will unload your baggage. And the less baggage you have, the healthier your personality and the healthier you are physically. Now, Kathy and I have actually seen this in action. We've proved that this verse is correct because we've done emotional recovery and emotional health seminars all over the world, and we've seen lots of people physically healed after they do the emotional healing prayers. So these are people who have had dramatic physical changes and no one's laid hands on them. No one has actually prayed for their physical problem. They were spontaneously healed, usually after they prayed forgiveness prayers. So we were in Australia, and an elderly lady who was all bent up with a spinal deformity, she'd been like that for at least a dozen years, we were told by her pastor. When she was forgiving during Kathy's presentation on forgiveness, her back just straightened up spontaneously. And she wrote to us a year and a half later telling us all the things that she could do now because her back was straight, and it happened within moments when she forgave. We were in Fort McMurray, Alberta, and we were leading people in forgiveness for wounds of shame. And the following day, a man told us that during that prayer time, his knee popped and his chronic knee problems disappeared. He became pain-free and had to cancel his knee surgery. And then I was praying for someone who had said, I have a lot of chronic neck and back pain as a result of a car accident. I said, did you ever consider forgiving the person that caused the accident? She, of course, had never thought of that. She forgave the person. I prayed a very simple prayer for her, And then she wrote to me 6 weeks later and said that she was instantly healed the moment she forgave. So you see, there is a definite connection between your physical health and what's going on in your soul and personality, or your emotional health. So if you want to be healthy physically, unload your baggage, because we have lots of tools available to help you do that. So now I want to hear from you. Have you had a physical healing that was supernatural? Leave your testimony in the box below, because we want to share in that faith-building story. Or have you had a physical change or a physical healing as a result of an emotional healing? That would be another interesting testimony. Just leave your comments in the box below. And if this is your first visit here, you need to get my free self-assessment guide. And to do that, just subscribe to my weekly email newsletter by filling out the subscription form on this page. And I'll talk to you again next week. But this week, ask God if you've got some baggage to get rid of so you could be more physically healthy.